Mom's secret recipe for happiness. Once upon a time in a charming, scenic village nestled between green hills and sparkling streams, lived Amelia, a kind, thoughtful mother with a flair for cooking that could warm the coldest of hearts. Amelia lived with her husband, John, and her two young children, Lily and Sam, in a cozy, modest home at the edge of town. The village was known for its lively community, where neighbors helped each other, and everyone shared in each other's joys and sorrows. But as picturesque as Amelia's life looked on the outside, her family had been facing tough times. John had recently lost his job, and with two children to care for, the family's expenses were mounting. They lived on the savings they had, but every month, Amelia saw their reserves dwindling. She knew that soon, if they didn't find a solution, they might face real hardship. Being the caring and resourceful person she was, Amelia spent her days thinking about how she could help her family overcome these challenges. She longed to contribute in a way that would bring joy and financial stability to their lives. Amelia was a talented cook. She had learned from her mother and grandmother the secrets of making delicious jams, baking cookies, and creating recipes with love and imagination. Her friends often told her she had a magic touch in the kitchen, turning the simplest ingredients into flavorsome dishes that everyone adored. This was something she did naturally, never realizing that her skills could be more than just a treat for her family and friends. One evening, as the children played outside, and John sat reading the newspaper, Amelia found herself gazing out of the kitchen window, deep in thought. She remembered her grandmother's words, "Happiness is homemade, and so is success if you put your heart into it." Those words had stuck with her, and that night, they felt especially meaningful. Could her passion for cooking be more than just a family joy? Could it be the key to their happiness and stability? That night, Amelia shared her idea with John. "What if I start a small food business?" she asked, her eyes bright with hope. "I could make jams, bake cookies, maybe even try some new recipes. People here love homemade food, and it would allow me to do something I love while helping our family." John listened, and after a moment of contemplation, he smiled. "Amelia, that's a wonderful idea. I know how much joy your cooking brings to us. I'm sure it will bring happiness to others too." With John's support, Amelia felt a wave of excitement. She spent the next week gathering her best recipes, perfecting her techniques, and experimenting with new flavors. She decided to start with her grandmother's secret recipes, which included a unique strawberry basil jam, a creamy lavender honey spread, and a batch of classic chocolate chip cookies with a hint of sea salt. These recipes were special not only because of their taste, but because they held memories of her childhood, when her grandmother would share tales of her own life in the kitchen. But Amelia knew that to stand out, she needed to add her own twist. She began experimenting with unusual combinations, like apricot and rosemary, blackberry and thyme, and raspberry with a touch of lemon zest. She spent hours perfecting each flavor, tasting, adjusting, and crafting each jar of jam with meticulous care. Her first small batch was ready just in time for the village's weekly market. Amelia arranged her jars and cookies in a quaint little stall adorned with wildflowers and a hand-painted sign that read, "Amelia's Homemade Delights." The aroma of freshly baked cookies and the vibrant colors of her jams drew people in. Curiosity sparkled in the villagers' eyes as they approached her stall, intrigued by the display of unique flavors. "Strawberry basil? I've never heard of such a thing," exclaimed Mrs. Harper, the village schoolteacher, as she took a sample. "Oh, it's lovely," another customer said, savoring the blackberry thyme jam. "I must have a jar of this and some of those cookies as well." Word of Amelia's delicious creations spread quickly. By the end of the market, she had sold every jar and every cookie, and people were asking when she'd be back. She returned home that evening with a light heart and a purse full of the day's earnings. The children squealed with delight as Amelia counted the money on the kitchen table, while John beamed with pride. As weeks turned into months, Amelia's little business blossomed. Every Thursday night, she and the children would prepare the batches for Friday's market. Lily and Sam loved to help, each taking on small tasks like stirring or decorating jars, and John pitched in, too, taking on the role of Amelia's unofficial taste tester and handyman. They became a close-knit team, working together to make Amelia's dream a reality. Amelia's creativity in the kitchen kept her customers coming back for more. She started experimenting with baked goods, introducing scones with a lemon glaze, brownies made with dark chocolate and a hint of espresso, and cakes filled with seasonal fruits. Her culinary repertoire expanded, and so did her reputation. Soon, people from neighboring villages started visiting her stall, and local cafes began placing orders for her unique jams and cookies. One day, Mr. Thompson, the village's cafe owner, approached her with a proposal. "Amelia," he said with a friendly smile, "I've heard nothing but praise for your jams and cookies. How would you feel about supplying my cafe? We could feature your jams on our menu, and I'm sure our customers would love it." Amelia was thrilled by the offer. This would mean a steady income, a chance to share her food with even more people, and the opportunity to grow her business. She accepted Mr. Thompson's offer, and within weeks, her jams and cookies were the highlight of the cafe's breakfast menu. But as her business grew, Amelia found herself facing new challenges. Managing orders, sourcing ingredients, and balancing her work with family life wasn't easy. There were days when she felt overwhelmed, days when a batch didn't turn out right, or when she had to wake up at dawn to finish an order. But every time she felt like giving up, she reminded herself why she had started this journey in the first place. She wasn't just building a business, she was creating a future for her family. One evening, as she sat with John on their porch, he asked, "Do you ever regret it, Amelia? All this hard work?" Amelia shook her head, a warm smile on her face. "No, John." Seeing the smiles on people's faces, the way the kids get involved, and knowing that we're secure, it's all worth it. This business has brought us closer together. We're not just making food, we're making memories. Over the years, Amelia's reputation as a skilled cook spread far and wide. Her little business continued to grow, and soon, she was able to hire help from the village, providing employment to others and supporting her community. She even started hosting cooking workshops in her kitchen, teaching others the art of creating with love and passion. Amelia's success wasn't just in the money she earned, it was in the happiness she created, within her family, within her village, and within herself. Her jams and cookies became a symbol of warmth, creativity, and resilience, a testament to what could be achieved with love, hard work, and a sprinkle of creativity. And so, Amelia's secret recipe for happiness was complete, not a formula written down in cookbooks, but a story lived through dedication, shared love, and the joy of giving. The villagers continued to relish her food, and her family thrived, proud of what they had built together. And as for Amelia, she had found her calling, a purpose that filled her heart with joy and her home with warmth. Through her journey, Amelia showed everyone that happiness isn't always found in grand gestures or luxurious living. Sometimes, it's in the simple things, in a jar of jam, a fresh-baked cookie, and the loving heart behind them all.